Welcome to the Royal Gypsy Hood. This is Rafa Mama coming to you live on this August 30th, 2018. Let me make sure that my phone is on silent. It sure is. Okay, so we're going to do My Daily Tarot, a universal message for us all. Just a devotional reading for the day. I'm going to keep that in mind, but I'm going to throw it back in the deck. This is kind of like a weighty, oppressive energy of having been, I don't know, gotten over on. I do definitely feel. So the moon has been in Aries in the last 2 days, and now it's in Taurus. That Mars and Leo card came up 2 days in a row while the moon was in Aries. And really even signifying our internal battles, right? Our identity and how do we proceed? How do we take the lead? How do we lead our lives down the path, down this new path in a better way? And, this morning I was thinking about like what it takes to actually make a choice, a decision to like leap into love. Now, a lot of people jump from relationships to relationships, from person to person, and they subconsciously choose or consciously choose with intention not to open themselves up, right? And I was thinking about like, wow, the level of vulnerability that it truly takes to go into that unknown realm that completely alters your life. I mean, literally like timeline shifting, right? I'll leave it at that, and I'll just pull the cards. We just thank you, Holy Spirit, for your wisdom, for your honor, for your grace. I kid you not. So here I pulled that card again from the very beginning, with the last card that I pulled out of this reading, the Five of Swords. It's a continuation of the energy of the last 3 days. In the center, we have the Four of Wands, and we have underneath it the Temperance card. Temperance is Sagittarius. The Four of Wands is Venus in Aries. The Five of Swords was Venus in Aquarius. So, it's definitely going from the individual to the collective good. and the patience that we need, the temperance that we need, the balance that we need within ourselves, between us and the collective, between our individual goals, purposes, values, and the collective. Like it's not an easy balance to maintain. The first card that I pulled was the Princess of Swords. We're still dealing with practically implementing, and I want to say even intuitively with the feminine, implementing these mental shifts that we've been receiving, that we've been ushered into, being gently pushed, gently and not so gently. So that was the first card. It was in reverse. It does take a level of vulnerability. You know, we talk about taking shots to the heart, but, you know, we definitely take some stabs to the mind. The card that comes after her is the Four of Wands. Now, this is all about a happy family, right? It's all about a strong foundation. It's, you know, the beginnings, but not unstable beginnings at all, you know, just happiness sparked. You see the two hands with the stakes in the fire, right? You have to be willing to put the stakes in the fire. To see your values, your purpose, your I am coming into being. This, I don't want to say immaturity, but youth of the mind, of the new shifts that we're coming upon. Because it is young still, the rewards will take a little bit of time. Like it doesn't just snap. But the Knight of Pentacles, which comes after the Four of Wands, is a card of manifestations. And it's a card of quick manifestations and new money and, you know, new things coming into fruition. So in reverse, there's just that little bit of delay, which is tied to the first card. But this is what sits at the center. You got to be willing to put your stakes in. The next card that comes up is Mars, following that theme of Aries in Gemini. And again, we're taking it back to our old anxieties. The Nine of Swords, endings. The Princess's newness, new beginnings. Don't take this into this new mind state. It will cause division. The next card is Temperance, which we've talked about. Finding that balance between ourselves and the collective. And the sixth card is the Eight of Wands, Mercury in Sag, so it continues from, Temperance. So what's funny is Mercury, right, is synonymous. It's carried through with Gemini, with the Nine of Swords. And then we have Temperance in between, and then we have Patience. Some delays in the moving forward still. Because we are still a few delays in the forward movements, because we're still in the retrograde shadows of Mars, okay? Even though it's, had stationed, I don't know the exact dates and times. I really don't. Because it matters to me and it doesn't. Now, it matters if you are predicting things down to the detail, but when you are kind of getting just a feel for the vibration as a whole, which encompasses every shift collectively, right? There's the collective and the individual. So the individual would be that Aries center, each individual degree. The collective energy would be the entire process, that whole Reiki healing that we receive or open ourselves to receive the flow. But yes, the forward movement of our minds a little bit too, and our actions and the visible manifestations are in a bit of a delay. But here's the thing. If you don't get this shit right in the center, okay, if this is the objective, the goal, what you want, strong foundations, tight systems, just functionality and harmony, growth and opportunity, love abundant. We're dealing with this stuff, our desires for this stuff, but we have all this other energy around it, right? Which until we have truly made that final, have matured, I should say, until we've matured a little bit in this mental shift that we're experiencing, we don't want to rush it because we're going to get the same results, okay? And that's not what we want. That oppression feeling like we have somebody's foot on our neck, our values degraded, our identity degraded. So it's okay. Don't rush. Keep your eyes on the prize. Focus on the vibrations of this energy without having to have now, because in your heart of hearts, you receive already, right? You have received, you are receiving. You have just because of your being, it's like innate, so yeah, by the time it's ready to shift this energy of, the manifestations and the movement forward, the energy is there, all in positivity, ready for the maturation to occur. So, with patience, with the right outlook, with trust and strategy, the outcome. Just don't hesitate when the time does come. Again, it's that balance of temperance. Stepping out into the world. The new you, You may give yourself a title or not. You will go through definitely some practice that you have to partake in. You're gonna have to put your stakes in at the right time. You're gonna have to put your stakes in. This is about doing your part. The Eight of Pentacles, and that is the Sun in Virgo. Welcome to Virgo season, baby. She's stepping out into the world. And that is the direction that we are ultimately being pushed towards. But make sure you get it right first in the mind. The oracle card for the Enchanted Map. The Bone Collector. This has come up many times recently. Taking that light illumination of your crown and moving forward with the tools that we have with confidence. Don't be afraid. Don't overanalyze. Don't hesitate when the time is right now. You'll feel it, but you'll be ready. The Spark. It's coming. Have temperance. I'm going to leave it at that. Yeah. This is the meditation of the day. How will you, when the time is right, how will you alter yourself? How will you alter your mind to be ready to put your stakes in? And what does that look like? How do you put your stakes in? What stakes do you have? What stakes do you have to win? And what stakes do you have to lose? You know, put it all into perspective. And on that note, Nanu, Nanu, my friends, peace be unto you. Until next time, thank you for joining me.